A long way gone, memories of teenage pregnancies and child mothers is one of the most unforgotten stories of our generation. Martha Maturu, a mother of one and a victim of teenage pregnancy from Mugali 1 in South Sudan, has not only emerged from the trap of violence in South Sudan, but the story has become the most eloquent chronicles. Maturu lost all her parents to the war in 2019 July outbreak in Juba, South Sudan. After the rebel allegedly struck the city, chopped and burnt her parents alive inside the house when she had gone to visit her aunt, a sister to her mother. The 16-year-old girl was abandoned by the father to her son and left to a struggling aunt who is a fellow refugee, where at some points we are going on angry stomach, a situation that pushes her close to men and handed her into pregnancy.
I was staying with my auntie, but for her, she kept on working for the businesses. At times she goes for businesses like 1 week, 2 weeks, like that. Then at times we were left at home alone. That's how I got it. That is what I got involved with the boys.
Because of this, Maturu lost hope in life, saying life is worthless. But after dedicated prayers through her friend, she looked for Jesuit refugee service to help her with life skills so that she fend for herself.
I go through my life since childhood and the time when we started doing the training, I was hopeless. I thought that I'm useless in this world. I prayed with the tears and then I dropped my whatever there, my application letter there. Then we stayed. I lose the hope because it was the three months, but I kept on praying. Then one day I got surprised that they called me that they needed us for the training.
6 months later, Martha became the best out of 150 students, where she was awarded certificate of tailoring with 200,000 as a startup capital and formed a tailoring association called Daughter of Mary, where they signed contract with many schools in Ajumani district to make school uniforms.
Maturu Martha.
I finished the training. I started making, I can make a dress like this one I sell. The customer can bring her or his clothes for repair. I repair and then I get some money.
Now the local leaders of Ajumani district and civil society are rallying youth in refugee settlements and host communities to take up vocational skilling for economic empowerment through self-employment. This move comes as the district faces high rate of school dropout, especially for adolescent girls, due to early pregnancies or forced marriages, as well as high level of poverty in most households.
People usually feel that if you are unable to speak in English language, you are not skilled, you cannot contribute. And this is a very serious thing that we must come together and fight.
Mugabe appealed to the civil society organization as well as stakeholders in Ajumani district to offer support to the youth in refugee settlement and the host communities to enable them to undergo vocational skill training.
Organizations that are dealing in life skill training, including GRS and AYUDA, we would want to see also your interventions.
Gemechu Yedeta Gabisa, the director of Jesuit Refugee Service in West Nile region, says the beneficiaries are teenage mothers who were deeply affected by war and abject poverty of their parents and guardians, and it is through skilling they are optimistic that they can regain their lost hope and glory.
These women, you see them, they were affected by COVID crisis. Most of them were teenage mothers when they came to us. In our culture, when girls are pregnant, they are neglected including by their parents, relatives, and extended families, and they are left out. So they don't have support. Some of them, they used to come with the babies and carry on their back and on their laps, and I put them in the corner, and then they learn in class. So they share something common with Mary. Mary was rejected by Jewish community in her culture when she was pregnant, but eventually her child became a savior of the whole world. So the shame that they bear, we brought them, we listened to them, they only need listening, these women, only listening, we listen to them, and we try to listen to them again and again, we understood them, and we try to give them what they wanted. And that is why we call them daughters of Mary. We wanted them to follow the steps of Mary in the world, to bring peace, love, and care in broken society, in broken world today.
The State Minister for Primary Education, Dr. Joyce Moriko Kaduchu, says they carried out a research, and the research found out that formal education is the cause of unemployment, teenage pregnancies, and high rate of school dropout, and because of this, Cabinet is working out to change O and high-level curriculum.
A student-centered curriculum as opposed to teacher-centered curriculum. A curriculum that should offer little minimum time for more syllabus. It should also focus on skills. It should focus on creating project. That is why we want these students to be able to come up with the students who can analyze, they can solve problems, they can have analytical skills, they will need creativity skills, innovation, and their communication skills. A student who can translate mathematics into a project and create something out of it, innovate something out of it.
150 vulnerable youth from the refugee settlements and the host community graduated from Moyo Technical Institute after completing 6-month course in vocational training in tailoring, electrical installations, information and communication technology, hairdressing, motorcycle repair, carpentry and joinery, welding and metal fabrication, construction and plumbing. The youth include orphans, school dropouts and child mothers. Over 201,400 refugees arrived and settled in Ajumani district. Job Runokot, NBS, live at 9.
Come everyone, yeah, let's give a cheer.